Did you know that your morning coffee routine might be secretly destroying the one thing that makes you feel like a man? If you're over 60 and you've noticed weaker erections, mysterious fatigue that hits you like a brick wall, or that uncomfortable numbness creeping up your legs, I need you to stop blaming your age right now. The real culprit isn't the number on your birthday cake, it's what you're not eating in those critical first 30 minutes after you wake up. And what's even more shocking? The solution isn't hiding in some expensive supplement bottle or doctor's prescription pad. It's probably sitting in your kitchen right now, but you've been using it completely wrong. I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and for the past 32 years, I've specialized in men's health and age-related performance decline. I've sat across from over 8,000 men in my practice, successful businessmen, retired veterans, grandfathers who thought their best days were behind them. They all came to me with the same desperate question: Doc, is this just what getting older feels like? Here's what I discovered that changed everything. Your body doesn't stop working because you hit 60, 65, or 70. It stops working because you're starving it of 5 specific nutrients at the exact moment it needs them most. And when I say working, I mean everything. Your energy, your confidence, your ability to perform in the bedroom, and yes, even your ability to wake up feeling like yourself again. Before we dive deep into this, I need to know you're serious about reclaiming what time tried to steal from you. If you're ready to stop making excuses and start making changes, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And here's how I'll know you're really with me. Type the number 1 in the comments if you're tired of feeling like a shadow of your former self, or type 0 if you're content with where things are. I read every single comment, and your feedback helps me create content that actually changes lives instead of just filling time. Trust me, what you're about to learn in the next 12 minutes could be the difference between feeling defeated and feeling dangerous again. Let me paint you a picture that might feel uncomfortably familiar. You wake up, stumble to the bathroom, and avoid looking in the mirror because you know what you'll see: a man who's slowly disappearing. Your legs feel heavy, like you're walking through mud. That morning excitement you used to count on? It's been missing for months, maybe years. You grab your coffee, maybe a piece of toast if you remember, and tell yourself you'll eat something real later. But later never comes, and by afternoon you're dragging yourself through conversations, struggling to stay awake during TV shows, and going to bed feeling like you failed at something you can't quite name. Sound familiar? Here's the brutal truth. You're not just aging, you're accidentally starving your circulatory system, your muscle tissue, and your nervous system of the exact nutrients they need to keep you feeling vital and strong. I've had patients tell me they felt like their body was betraying them. Robert, a 67-year-old retired engineer, put it perfectly. Doc, I feel like I'm living in someone else's body. Everything that used to work just doesn't. But here's what Robert didn't know, and what most men don't realize, is that his body was literally crying out for help every single morning, and he was responding with caffeine and carbs instead of what it actually needed. What if I told you that 5 simple foods you probably already know, maybe even have in your house right now, could start turning this around in as little as 72 hours? I'm not talking about some miracle cure or expensive superfood powder. I'm talking about real, accessible foods that work by targeting the root cause of male decline: poor circulation, weakened muscle tissue, and starved nerve pathways. These aren't just any foods eaten at any time. These are specific nutrients consumed in a specific order at the exact moment your body is primed to absorb them and put them to work. And the results? Men are calling me after just 1 week saying things like, "I feel like I got my body back, and I didn't know I could feel this strong again." Let's start with something that might surprise you: plain Greek yogurt. Now I know what you're thinking. Doc, yogurt? That's what my wife eats when she's trying to lose weight. But listen to me carefully, because this isn't about weight loss. This is about blood flow. And blood flow is everything when it comes to male vitality. Here's the science. Greek yogurt contains 3 compounds that your aging circulatory system desperately needs. First, probiotics that reduce the inflammation that's slowly choking off your blood vessels. Second, high-quality protein that rebuilds the muscle tissue in your pelvic floor, the same muscles that control erections, urinary flow, and core stability. Third, calcium and magnesium that help your blood vessels relax and expand. But here's the crucial part: Timing. You need to eat this within 30 minutes of waking up, when your body's cortisol levels are naturally high and your digestive system is primed to absorb nutrients. Not as a snack, not after lunch, but first thing in the morning, when your blood vessels are most responsive to dietary changes. I had a patient, James, 64 years old, who hadn't experienced a morning erection in over 2 years. His wife was understanding, but he told me he felt like he was failing at being a man. I convinced him to try one simple change: a bowl of plain Greek yogurt with a tablespoon of raw honey every morning for 30 days. 3 weeks later, James called me at 7 a.m. "Doc," he said, his voice cracking with emotion, "I woke up feeling like I was 35 again. My wife started crying happy tears. I didn't know food could do this." That's the power of giving your body what it needs when it needs it most. The second food might sound boring, but it's anything but ordinary when it comes to male health. Quinoa with raw almonds. Most men over 60 are walking around with arteries that are slowly closing down like old pipes getting clogged with rust. This combination works like a plumber's snake for your circulatory system. Quinoa contains something called magnesium glycinate, which acts like a natural vasodilator. It literally tells your blood vessels to open up and let more blood flow through. The almonds provide vitamin E and healthy fats that reduce arterial inflammation and improve the flexibility of your blood vessel walls. Here's what makes this combination so powerful. When you eat quinoa and almonds together, warm, first thing in the morning, you're sending a signal to your entire circulatory system that it's safe to open up, to relax, to let blood flow freely to every part of your body, including the parts that matter most for male confidence. Robert, the engineer I mentioned earlier, switched his morning routine from coffee and a donut to a warm bowl of quinoa with sliced almonds, blueberries, and a dash of cinnamon. Within 10 days, he noticed his legs didn't feel as heavy when he got out of bed. Within 3 weeks, he was sleeping deeper and waking up with more energy than he'd had in years. But the real transformation happened a month later. He called me, actually laughing, and said, "Doc, I feel like my body remembered how to be a man again. My wife says I'm walking taller, and honestly, I feel it too." The quinoa and almonds weren't just cleaning his arteries, they were restoring his confidence from the inside out. Now here's where things get really interesting. The third food is something most men think of as just a fancy garnish, but it's actually nature's answer to those little blue pills, pomegranate. I call it the bedroom fruit, and once you understand how it works, you'll never look at it the same again. Pomegranate contains more antioxidants than red wine, green tea, or blueberries, but the specific antioxidants it contains, called punicalagins, do something remarkable. They boost your body's production of nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is the exact same compound that pharmaceutical erectile dysfunction medications try to enhance artificially. Here's the difference. When you take a pill, you're forcing a chemical reaction. When you eat pomegranate, you're giving your body the raw materials to create that reaction naturally, without side effects, without dependency, and with benefits that extend far beyond just bedroom performance. The key is eating pomegranate on an empty stomach, about 20 minutes before your main breakfast. This gives the antioxidants direct access to your bloodstream without having to compete with other foods for absorption. Michael, a 63-year-old retired teacher, was skeptical when I first suggested this. "Doc," he said, "I've tried everything. How is a fruit going to help?" But he was desperate, so he agreed to try a quarter cup of fresh pomegranate seeds every morning for 2 weeks. 10 days later, he called me, and I could hear the amazement in his voice. I don't know if it's the pomegranate or just the fact that I'm finally eating breakfast, but something is definitely waking up down there. Ha! We both knew it wasn't just the fact that he was eating, it was the specific nutrients his body had been starving for. The fourth food combination gets the most surprise reactions from my patients, but it's also the one that creates the most dramatic improvements in overall circulation and nerve function. Half an avocado with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Here's what's happening in your body when you wake up. After 8 hours without food, your blood vessels are constricted, your muscle tissue is running on empty, and your nervous system is basically in survival mode. Your body needs specific fats to signal that it's safe to open up circulation and start repair processes. avocados contain monounsaturated fats that literally make your blood vessel walls more flexible. The olive oil provides polyphenols that reduce inflammation and support nerve function. Together, they create what I call a circulation cascade. Your body starts sending more blood to your extremities, your brain, and yes, your genital area. But here's the part that makes this combination so powerful. The potassium in avocados helps regulate blood pressure, while the healthy fats support hormone production, including testosterone. You're not just improving circulation, you're supporting the hormonal foundation of male vitality. William, a 72-year-old retired police officer, came to me complaining of heavy, numb legs and what he called dead zones in his lower body. He'd tried physical therapy, massage, even prescription medications. Nothing seemed to help. I suggested he try one simple change: half an avocado with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of sea salt, eaten slowly, first thing in the morning. 5 days later, he called me. "Doc, I don't know what's happening, but my legs feel lighter. I'm not holding on to furniture just to get up from bed anymore." 3 weeks later, he told me he felt more sensation and warmth in his lower body than he had in years. Relieved. "It's like my body remembered how to send blood where it needs to go." The fifth and final food is small but mighty: blackberries. These little dark powerhouses contain something called anthocyanins, which are like premium fuel for your blood vessels and nerve pathways. Think of them as nature's insurance policy for male vitality. Anthocyanins strengthen capillary walls, improve arterial elasticity, and enhance nerve sensitivity. They also support the production of collagen, which helps maintain the structural integrity of blood vessels throughout your body. For men over 60, this kind of vascular support isn't just helpful, it's essential for maintaining everything from mental clarity to physical performance. The vitamin C in blackberries also supports the production of collagen and helps your body absorb other nutrients more effectively. When you combine blackberries with the other 4 foods, you're creating a synergistic effect that amplifies the benefits of each individual component. David, a 66-year-old retired mechanic, added a half cup of blackberries to his morning yogurt and noticed improvements in energy and sensitivity within just 1 week. He told me, thoughtful, "Doc, I never thought something so small could make such a difference, but I feel more alive than I have in years." Now, here's how to put it all together for maximum impact. This isn't just about eating these 5 foods randomly throughout the day. This is about creating a morning ritual that signals to your body that it's time to restore, repair, and revitalize. Step 1, upon waking. Start with a 1/4 cup of pomegranate seeds or 4 ounces of pure pomegranate juice. Wait 20 minutes. Step 2, eat half an avocado, mashed with 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. This primes your circulation. Step 3, follow with a bowl of cooked quinoa topped with raw almonds and a handful of fresh blackberries. Add a dash of cinnamon for extra anti-inflammatory benefits. Step 4, finish with a serving of plain Greek yogurt mixed with raw honey. This provides the protein and probiotics your body needs to maintain the improvements throughout the day. The entire process takes about 45 minutes and should be done in this order for maximum absorption and effectiveness. This isn't just breakfast, it's a medical intervention disguised as a meal. Let me tell you about Thomas, a 68-year-old grandfather who followed this exact protocol for 6 weeks. When he first came to see me, he was taking 3 different medications, avoiding intimacy with his wife, and spending most of his day in a recliner because he had no energy. After 6 weeks of the 5-food protocol, Thomas called me with an update that brought tears to my eyes. Excited, "Doc," he said, "I feel like I got my life back. My wife and I are close again. I'm working in the garden, and yesterday I played with my grandkids for 2 hours without getting tired. Cuckles, I didn't know food could be this powerful." The truth is, your body wants to feel strong, vital, and alive. It wants to send blood where it needs to go. It wants to maintain muscle tissue and nerve function. But it can only do these things if you give it the right tools at the right time. Here's my challenge to you. Don't let another morning pass hoping things will somehow get better on their own. Starting tomorrow, commit to eating just one of these 5 foods in the morning. Maybe it's the pomegranate seeds. Maybe it's the avocado with olive oil. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to happen. Because here's what I know after 32 years of helping men reclaim their vitality. The only thing standing between you and feeling like yourself again is the decision to start. Your body is still capable of incredible things. Your best days don't have to be behind you. If this resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss content designed specifically for men who refuse to give up on themselves. And remember, type 1 in the comments if you're ready to start this journey, or 0 if you're not quite there yet. Your transformation starts with your next meal. Make it count.